What is up, guys? So, tonight, I slept all night when I got home. But, I've just been cleaning and playing Starfield, just keeping everything together. But, I just threw my laundry in, so I figured, yeah, I'll play some Dragon Quest while I'm doing that. A couple of things I figured out. I basically, I trained for about 20 minutes. No one got a level up yet. But, I figured out that your two companions can have up to 4 different names. So that's why my other character was always named Roz, because I always named myself Frank. I think it's based on your name. But in Japan, there's placeholder. There's 4 different names, but then when they're referred to later on, like in anniversary stuff and everything, they're referred to as pudding and something else. It's like really jokey. But so it's the same. I have the same character. It's just a slightly different name. I'm pulling the walkthrough up now to see where I left off at. So which? I have 3 crests. I have the Sun Crest, the Moon Crest, and the Slime Crest. Okay. No, it's the Water Crest. I have the Moon Crest, the Sun Crest, and the Water Crest. Okay. Southwest of Hamlin. So let me see where Hamlin is. Give me a second. Hamlin is... I'm in Leonport right now. The one in the lighthouse? I thought I got that one. I don't remember if I did or not. Maybe I was getting my ass kicked. Oh, I'm gonna train until somebody levels. Then we'll go to the end. Then we'll head down there. I have a feeling Shit, I'm trying to remember now. I mean, I must not have, because I only have 3 crests, and I've done the other things to get the crests. I know I've done the opening the door and fighting the zombies, and shit. Come on, real quick. I'm just gonna open the walkthrough in another tab, y'all. Why? Because it's the way she rolls. Alright. I'm kind of fighting these guys because I know I can. None of these guys are gonna kill me for a while. So you attack the Ozorgs with the Jailer's Key to get the Water Crest. I know I did that. The Fire Monolith. You go from door to door with the monoliths and it's on the ground to get the Sun Crest. I know I did that. And then I know I entertain the king by fighting the Saberline and he gives you the Moon Crest. Yeah, so it has to be the Star Crest. It's the only one I don't have. There we go. No, Starfield's good. There was a lot of stuff that felt like really personal playing it, like especially with a lot of stuff that has happened in my life the last few years. It brought up like a lot of like I don't know, those games are just so close to my heart. I think for the main story, I know I streamed once just to make sure I could. For the main story, I think I'm just gonna play that by myself, and then once I get to a certain point, I think I'm gonna make a character for the stream. We'll make like a Han Solo type, like renegade, smuggler, somebody who's not like, because my main guy, the first time I play those games, I'm always gonna be, you know, the Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, save the universe, Luke Skywalker, you know, I can do it, I can help everybody. And I feel like that's not as fun. That's not, it's not as fun to watch, and B, I always like when I switch it up because then I can do, like, you know, more nefarious things, like steal things and, you know, try to smuggle in. Because in this game you can find, like, contraband items and stuff, so like, we'll try to build, like, a craft for smuggling and stuff. I've already looked into, that's another thing I want to wait, because I haven't been able to, you have to hit a certain level to be able to unlock shipbuilding, or unlock different aspects of shipbuilding. Well, the ship I was trying to build, I had enough money, but it was basically saying I couldn't build a ship that big without those levels, those ranks. So that's something I'm gonna put all my points into on the next guy, because I want to try to build the Falcon, and it was almost possible. I think later on you're gonna get, like, hopefully get some more options on, like, the cockpits and stuff, but I got pretty close. Scale wise, the one thing I had trouble with was the, what is that called? The pathway leading off the ship on the Falcon is, like, on the side, and for some reason you can't turn that in the game, but the Falcon also has a cargo let off in the middle that no one usually uses, but that's supposed to be where the, like, the boxes are offloaded on and off the ship, are from the middle front part. So I put a ramp there. Yeah, but I'm kind of waiting too, because I think they're gonna change that. You gotta be able to turn stuff like that. And then once I have more control, yeah, like, that's the plan. I'm gonna build, like, you know, Slave Boy and the Falcon, stuff like that. Just because I'm crazy. No, just because I want to. But yeah, I figure in the streaming thing, like, eventually I'll get around to streaming that, because it'll be fun. We'll go around, you know, like I said, and do cool stuff. But I want to beat Dragon Quest 2, and I really, ever since I got that box for Final Fantasy 3, I've been having a, or Final Fantasy 6, I've been having a hankering to play Final Fantasy 6 again. Just stuff like that. I don't know. Nice. I already checked equipment. My main guy, I believe, has all the best stuff. I need to sell that copper sword. Hold on, I need to make sure. Close. I could sell those, okay. I'm gonna sell some of the junk stuff that I have. And I think the other equipment was on that town, that island town. I wonder if I can get there. I mean, I know I can get there, but I wonder how long it's gonna take me to get there if I do that. Let me pull up. You know, it sounds weird, but I kind of feel like when you're sailing, sometimes you need the map. Okay. I know where I'm at now. Bastards. But yeah, I didn't want to play. I didn't want to like go exploring on this game without streaming. I was just trying to build up a little bit, get a couple levels while I was in between stuff. Oh, my Star Trek continues. I'm almost at the end of season 1 of Enterprise. I gotta say that show starts off really slow. It starts off where I could see why people wouldn't be super into it, but it definitely picks up. Now it doesn't pick up to like Deep Space Nine, Babylon 5 levels yet, but it picked up to where I was like, oh, there's actually Star Trek-y stuff going on, and I was like, oh, because I was waiting. It didn't really have the feel of Star Trek, and then certain things happened where I was like, oh, okay. Like, it started to have more of that overall feel. wonder why her spell didn't go through. I guess I wasn't paying attention to the text. My computer screen over a little bit and get a drink of tea. Okay. Here's where these guys start kicking my ass. I got 4 attacks, Jesus. Nice. Okay, so that's the island I need the rest for. I need another item for. Let me see where the hell I'm at. Okay, so I gotta keep going south. Because I could get there from here. But I better just walk down. I better go around. There we go. I'm pretty sure it was this town. If it's not this town, there's an island to the left. Or maybe it's Osterfair. Maybe it's the island to the right up there that I just passed. Well, whatever. No, it's gotta be the other one. I'll stay at the end here now. And either way, I'm stacking money because I think some of those armors that I'm trying to buy, I think are like a ridiculous amount of money anyways. Yeah, the game hasn't given me as many lottery tickets. I mean, I guess I should buy more herbs, but... Okay, so this guy does have some stuff. Mink coat. Too bad I don't even have that much money. Shield of Strength. And then I'm pretty sure my main guy is the only guy that I can equip. The Dragon Slayer. Let me just double check on that. Or Dragon Killer. Yeah. Shit. So that mink coat, 65,000 though. But that's the next armor for my other two characters. There's one other piece of armor that they can get, but you can't buy that. This is the best armor you can buy them. 65,000. Oh. Guess I'll try to do that tower again to get the crest. You know what? I could just train around here for a while because the enemies are a little stronger. Nice. Man, 6 power, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good level up. Might as well just go to the tower. I'm going to this end because it's cheaper than the other one. No, and I have been losing some weight. I've been trying. The thing is, I've still been on my diet, but it's been a little easier because we haven't had food. So it's back to my old no food in the house diet. Which I honestly, that's the #1 way to not eat food. If it's not there, you can't eat it. No, and then I had a couple days of working out. It's been okay. But I've been trying to clean and organize still. I'm trying to, I gotta go through. I might do that when I get off for like 40 minutes or so. But I've been trying to go through and still throw stuff away. Nice antidote herb. Thing is, you just accumulate all this shit, and like I've just noticed people are like pack rats, man. Like I'm getting to the point where like I'm collecting games, and I have some action figures and stuff, but I'm trying to slim down on the junk. There's too much junk that is just like built up over the years, like shit I don't need. Like not books or anything, but like just like really like old files that I don't need, old old boxes and stuff. I need to go out, I need to actually fix some of those TVs I have. Those are starting to accumulate. That's just hard though, because you just never see some of those older TVs. Like even that other color track I picked up, the tube on it seems like it's still a good tube. It just needs some. That one just needs a little bit of board work done, and then it's pretty much just good old classic TV. And I kind of like having those older TVs because to me it's like the option of setting up consoles. Like it'd be cool to just boom, 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 boom. Like have a TV set up for each console or whatever. Especially if I'm doing like an event or something, or like I'm thinking about starting the video game club. I think that'd be really cool. It's like I had all those set up, so if people wanted to play stuff, it's like, oh, it's already good to go, man. Think the island. Okay, it's right here. Oh god. So I just got another bot message, but it gave me the option to allow or deny it in chat. I actually like that because then I don't have to ban them. I don't have to block them or whatever. Lose. Shit, I don't even remember which direction I went in. I try not to look up the dungeons unless I get like really stuck. I'll usually do that more early game. More late game, it's like the dungeons are they're more complex, so it's really hard to find like a good explanation of like what's going on. But also it's just better. I find it better just probing and prodding, just walking through the dungeon. You guys are a little stronger, so they're not dying every 10 feet. Oh, I actually did put him to sleep for one turn, and that's good. Oh, hold on, let me turn I'm turning my volume off on my phone. But I'm leaving the I'm leaving the screen on just in case. I'm waiting. My mom's doing laundry too, so I'm waiting for. She's done with that last load. Then I'll know to go throw mine in. The dryer always takes longer than the washer, but I guess that makes sense. It takes longer to dry clothes than it does to clothes. I just looked at my health. Oof, thank you. Game's being nice to me right now. Oh, there's an Extreme Z battle going on right now. But my teams are so fucking powerful in Dragon Ball because I log in every day that it literally just put it on auto. So I just have to press one button like every 5 minutes or something like that. Defense. Oh, whatever. I was gonna say it can't do that much damage to me anyways. I might as well just attack it. Because all these things ever do is lower your attack, up their defense, and they're basically more annoying if you're fighting ooh, fairy water. If you're fighting other enemies with them. I was gonna cast Inference, but I'm gonna use her, the rest of her magic for healing and repel. Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. I'm not even thinking. I have free casts. Free casts. Like I'm chilling playing Dreamcast. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything else to rhyme with Dreamcast. Yeah, I was trying to get it. So every time I'm looking at a CRT when I'm playing, so it's like perfect. But I was trying to get it to look better on here. Wait, let me see something here real quick. Does that actually change anything? I'm just looking at one little like the little tiny graphics on these specific characters here for a second. Wait a second. So I have the best comparison with me. I might as well use it to try to get the exact look, the exact same look. That's pretty close. Oh, let me make this smaller again. I forgot it was all gigantic. It's just I have to. So on OBS, it's like the preview of the screen, but I have to make the window bigger, so I have to actually make the preview bigger on the screen so I can actually see what it looks like zoomed in. I wish it were easier to get the exact signal. I guess the signal is the same, it's just the type of display is different, so one of them's digital and one of them's analog. Because on the CRT, like, so for instance, like the border around all the where it says fight, run, parry item. On the computer, it's smooth. It's all smoothed out. But on the CRT, I can see the individual pixels between like, where it turns and curves. I can see like every pixel. I'll have to heal after this battle. Thank you. Yeah, I basically gotta make sure I don't lose all my money. Because I gotta save to get the better armor. Nice. Damn it. Some of these guys with their fucking double attacks. Yeah, thank God for this staff though. Makes everything way easier. Yeah, my plan is weight-wise if I can get back to where I was in my mid-20s, my early 20s. So what happened is I started working all kinds. And then when I stopped partying, I was just like, oh, you know, I'll spend my money on food. Because, you know, everyone wants good food. That eventually backfired. Years and years of food. Just eventually drains you down, man. Nice. No, it doesn't if you keep up exercise-wise. But as a gamer, that's what ends up happening. I end up, you know, I'll work real hard, whatever I'm doing. I think the hardest thing was, at that time, all the jobs I was doing were like sit-down jobs. They were all like call center jobs and stuff. So that kind of took all exercise out of it. I mean, I did walk to work for about 4 or 5 years, so that helped, walking back and forth. It was like a 30 or 40-minute walk, I think, every day. Yeah, you do the combination so much you think you'd have it completely embedded, but sometimes you're just like, wait, what? Why have I been using this item over and over? It's like, oh, because I don't want to use magic. I have no idea which set of stairs it is, so... Thank God. Yeah, it already started happening, so I haven't even completely set up the club yet. I've only just been just like talking to people about it and stuff. And there's already so much interest that people are talking to other people about it that I don't even know. That's one reason I gotta start everything off slow, and I gotta make sure I do this the right way. It's just easier if you have like a foundation and everything. Once you have an established foundation on like how you want to set up, you know, whatever event you're working or whatever thing, I think it's easier from then on out. Especially if you dealt with a lot of people, like groups of people and stuff, you know what to expect with certain things. And it's not that anyone's bad or anything, but it's just like I've spent my whole life studying like leagues of things, like sports leagues and countries, like historical, like how things are formed and shaped over time with history. I have like a in-depth understanding of like how all that works, so in the end I can set it up to where everyone else, you know, all the people I know can have a good time, and that's the important thing. 11,000. Oh, he finally got step guard. Okay, so there's an item I can get with step guard. One area. Ooh, I have not done this yet. This has got to be something. There we go. Last of her repel. Oh, I gotta talk to this guy. For long ages have I guarded the chamber of Hargon. There's a land called Rhone, high in the mountains, in the middle of a great continent. There it shall thou find Hargon. Hold on, is that what I'm supposed to do? Is that it? Did I go the wrong... Maybe I went the wrong way. This has got to be the right tower. Let me see. What is this tower called? Hold on. Oh. Okay. No, it's definitely the right tower. Okay, and then I went to C. C went to I went to K. Oh yeah, no, this isn't. I might have to leave. I did not go in the right direction. That's okay. Takes a lot to stack up 60,000 anyways. Sorry, I'm just looking at the map now. This one actually does have a pretty in-depth map. That's pretty good. Where does L go? L goes here and then R. V. U. To 6. How the fuck do you get to Y then? Oh, W, okay, hold on. W goes to T. T goes to N. N goes to... Okay. So actually the right way, it's just I should have took the stairs to the left instead of the door north. We'll see how far I can get. Yeah, so those stairs. Now it's supposed to go this way. Is it this way? Oh. That's why I was getting confused. I actually think I went that way before, but I took the inside path instead of the outside path. I might have to go switch my laundry here in a second. So what I might do... I don't think I have enough magic to heal, because I can't use all his I need enough magic to exit out of here. There's gonna be a boss coming up. Because how much is it gonna be? Hold on. How much is it gonna be to heal everybody? Shit, and then where do I go from here? Where was the other big door? And T to door. Door to W. Okay. Maybe. Thou need not speak, for I know thy mind well. Come follow me. I'll guide thee to the place where thou shalt find the chest. Surprisingly, not too many battles until this one. This was like the first big battle in a while. Nice. Oh, here we go. They're just Gorgons? Oh, you know what? This probably is the fight for I mean, there's probably another fight after this. Open now, thy treasure chest. But it was empty. Ha! Into the trap thou hast stepped. It shall be thy last. Oh, I could take these guys. I think. Nice. Well, I hit one of them. Nice. Also nice. Thou hast found the star's crest. Nice. Alright. Hold on, I gotta get out of here at least. And you build up gold so slowly in this game. Yeah. I'm just gonna look at them all. Yeah, look at all those crests. Alright. Let me switch my laundry. You know the reason I like laundry? Because I have to stay awake. So I'll be up. Or what? Forcing me to know. Yeah, let me back. Sorry about that. I decided to use the bathroom. Let me sell. I guess the clothes is the only thing I picked up. You know, I'm gonna sell that antidote too. And I will buy one of these. What does fairy water do? I always forget what all these items fucking do. Hold on. Repels weaker enemies. Oh, it's just repel. Okay. Maybe I'll buy a couple of those too. Give me a goddamn lottery ticket. Alright. Now let me see where I need to go. So I got all the crests. Speak to the woman in the house locked by the red door in Tantagel. Okay. Into the North Tower of Dragon's Horn. Southwest of Leonport. Okay. Where the hell's Tangeel first? Hold on. You know what? I should go talk to her just in case I didn't do that. Because it's pretty close. $60,000 gold. To be fair, I probably would have had enough one of these times, but the couple times that I died when I reset my gold probably screwed me. Oh yeah, I'm also in the process of trying to clean all my cartridges and keep them. It's funny how many times I've cleaned my video game systems, and it seems like they just get dirty so quickly. Like this area. I think when we get our next house, hopefully we're trying to get a house, like either rent or try to buy a house. Hopefully try to buy a house. I mean, that'd be the ideal thing if we can find something, but maybe I'll get one of those air purifier things to see if that helps. Because it seems like the dust is just so bad where I live. It's the Midwest. Well, we did have the dust bowls. Stuff like that. Not in my area specifically, just in the Midwest. Okay. So I don't know that that's the specific door, but this is the sewing shop, true, but I do not have the Dews yarn. Does this seek the Dews yarn too? Alas, I have no more of the Dews yarn, but I know where thou may seek some. It is a substance made of wind and water, and it drifts aloft until it lands on the 3rd floor in the North Tower of the Dragon's Horn. Okay. The North Tower, the Dragon's Horn, climb to the 3rd floor, and then just search the ground. Alright, where the hell is... Oh, it's where you get the cloak at. Southwest of Leonport. Okay, where the fuck is Leonport? Oh my god, which tower is it though? There's 2 towers. I guess I'll just have to search both of them. Sorry, I just want to listen to this music for a minute. So good. Even though it's like slightly different than the first game, but... Hopefully they play that song at my funeral. That would be one that I like. I should cast Repel, but I kinda don't want to. I kinda need all the gold and all the experience that I get. So it's these towers, but I don't remember if it's both. Metal slime. Yes, yes, yes. Nice, 135 experience. It's really good. The second floor. So this is the 3rd floor then. Damn it. So it said it could be in a random spot here. Let me make sure this is the right place. Okay. Ooh, Dew's yarn. Okay. I don't want to fight more metal slimes though, just to get some extra XP. I'm gonna have to remember that those guys are in here. So when I'm training off stream, I think that's where I'm gonna go. All right, let me go to Leon's port because it's right here. It's gonna go to the inn. Alright, now let's see what the next step is. I know I'm cheating a lot in this game. Silt is on. Oh yeah, I got step guard. Zone is... Oh, Zon was the town I was trying to find, okay. Before. Alright, I know where that's at. Although I don't think there's anything I could buy there still. Cool. Yeah, as long as I kill the super strong guy, that's all that matters. I would not have figured all this shit out, though. Not easily. Basically, I would have just been sailing around for months on end, playing this game for like a year by myself. Trying to figure out where the fuck to go. Alright, let me see. I'm on the right side of the map, I know that. Alright, so I'm by Osterfair. Oh, yeah, I'll just keep going down. My calculations were correct. And then I can check the shop here. But... Step guard. Magic Loom. Empty. I don't remember how many times you have to cast Step Guard. I just, I'm weary, because I know how quickly stuff can kill you. And it's so easy, the end's right there, so it's like, I'm just gonna cast it every time. Alright, what's the next step? I got the loom. Sailed over east of Monolith, north of the town of Bran. Town of Toon. Give the yarn and magic loom to Don Mahung. Oh, he can make 2 water flying cloths? Is that important because... Hold on. Oh, that is important because then both my guys can have armor. Okay. Toon, where's Toon? Oh, it's on the other side of the world. I know where that's at. So if I just sail around... Okay, I know how to get there. Let me check the item shop here while I'm here, though. Because I might as well... This town has nothing? There's no weapon shop, I don't think. Just a bunch of people walking around. Oh, it had that item. I don't remember what it was. It's scary looking. Yeah, so this is the best armor that my companions can have. So that's why it's saying you can do it twice. Can you get the loom twice, though? I don't think you can get the loom twice. I guess I'll double check. Just checking the map again. Oh, you know what? I need to sail north. Yeah, it's north of here as well. Oh. Sorry, my controller's been weird for a second. Oh. Uh-oh. Oof. Okay, hopefully I can kill those two guys in the middle of this turn too. Damn it. Nice. Back to the boat. Wait a second. Why is there a patch of desert there? There's not supposed to be a patch of desert there. That is the only way to get to that town. Now I have to figure out. Did I just not see the path correctly? Hold on. There's another path to get there, I think. Come on. Thank you. Use a normal heal on her. It says when the river ends, head west. I think I have to go in the... I think I have to go further left then. I think that's what's going on. Nice. Okay. Let me see if I can get there from here. Zoom in. Zoom in further. Alright. I wonder why it doesn't show those desert patches there on the world map. That sucks. Okay. So if I go north from where I am now, I'll be trapped. So I actually have to follow the river all the way out and then go to the river that's further to the west. Damn it. I could do this. It's just you can't cross bridges, right? No. Damn it. That's gotta be why I never went to this town before, though. Nice. You sons of bitches. You dirty sons of bitches. Thank you. Okay. I see how it is. Hey. Ooh. Yeah. Nice. Ooh. Spell did she learn? Heal all. Nice. Hello, this is the village of Toon. Well, there's a priest here. Far and wide I have sought a master weaver who makes water-flying cloths. They say such a man lives here. Yeah, but you gotta go get all the shit for it, though. It said the tower or the moon holds a piece of the moon. Falcon sword. Alright, let me look at that. Oh, what? Attack is only 5. Why is it so much money then? I mean, I know my other guy can actually equip it. Oh, it attacks twice. Okay. What was the other one? Shield of Strength. Shield of Strength. shit. I need 40,000. 60,000. Fuck. I guess I could sell some of those other items I don't have. Or sell some of the ones I don't need. Thou hast heard of Rogue Fastfinger, I see. Well, he stole the key to our Watergate, the scoundrel. We would dearly love to have it back. Many years have passed since the Tower of the Moon could be reached by ship. It lies to the south. Ah, so thou found my loom and the dews yarn too. I shall weave thee a water flying cloth, but it'll take some time. Please come back in a day or so. Jenna, if thou meets my husband, tell him that my father's name was Ruffles. Oh, I'll tell him, Jenna. If the Watergate were to be raised, water would once more fill the dry. Oh, you know, that's why there's a desert patch. I think I can do that. I'm pretty sure I have that key. Yeah. I do, I have the Watergate key. Where the fuck do I use it at, though? Oh, god damn it. Now I gotta figure out how to use the Watergate key. In the forest behind the inn. How would you figure that out? Seems so cryptic. Because there's a dog there? Oh, what? Well, this is the jailer's key, right? Beach. Alright. Hold on. He said it would take a day. I wonder if I go to the inn and come back. Wonder if that'll be enough time. I don't know, I apparently have to save the game. You know what, it's easier to get here because I opened the water gate, so... Let me cast... Damn it, I was just trying to look at the map. Oh well, fuck it. Damn it. At least there's a priest here. That would really suck. I think I'm just gonna save it here because my laundry's almost done. I'm passing out. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna stop it here. So basically, I'm gonna stop it here. I'll go maybe when I'm training, or maybe next stream. I'll go back to the place, get the rope, go get the stuff, make another rope. Might do that off stream just because it's 2 people who can equip it. That's their last armor. Yeah, see, I didn't even. All right, sorry about that, guys. You guys have a good one.